let's just talk about for a minute, what if there's a lady out there and they're like, yes, I'm feeling this call to be a spiritual mom, but I have no idea what that looks like or where to start. Like, let's break it down. Give us some tools, some practical, hey, these are some great,
I think it's so important. I do believe that every woman is called to mother and influence and raise up world changers. I believe that with my whole heart.
Yeah.
Even if you've only been saved one day in the kingdom, right? You have something, a testimony that you can share and lead someone who maybe doesn't know the Lord and lead them in. But I could see the dangers of this too, because I remember I was at a conference a year ago when I started sharing this message, and this woman came up to me. She's like, will you mother me? And I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, how am I going to mother you? And so I don't believe that we're called to mother everyone. Like, what I don't want to see is for women run around like, I'm your mother, I'm your mother. You know what I mean? Could you just imagine?
Totally.
It would be horrifying. But really understanding that there is spheres of influence that every woman walks in, that you're called to, and learning to identify that. Like, it really is connected back to your identity and who God's created you uniquely to be. So for example, one of my spheres of influence, or metrons that we like to say it, would be a worship community, because I lead worship. I'm also a worship director. So that is an area that I have operated in leadership and led others and modeled to, and also mothered in a way. But even with that kind of large community of people I'm mothering, there are specific people that I have a synergistic, quality life exchange connection, that they're looking to me as that mother, and I'm looking to them as that spiritual son or daughter that I'm pouring into. So I do feel like the assignment of mothering is universal. And by reading the book, you can understand what it has to do with affirming the vision, assisting, accelerating the destinies of those that we're called to influence. But there are going to be those unique people that we know we're assigned to, that we're connected to. And it might be forever, and it might just be for a season. I had spiritual fathers in my life that I ran with for a period of time, but then it reached a moment where I matured to, even though they still spoke in my life, I didn't need their voice as much as I used to, because I was kind of on an equal peer level with them in a way. So I believe that every woman can start by looking at what's in your hands to give. You think about that, the fish and loaves. Like, what do I have in my heart? What do I have in my hand right now? Who's in my life right now that I have connection to, that I have a relationship with, that I could pour into? I think that's probably where I would start practically.
And it doesn't have to be an age thing either.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because you're clearly not old enough to be my mom.
Clearly.
But you're so ahead in so many areas than I am, right? Because I mean, you've been in church leadership a lot longer than I've been in church leadership. And there is some areas like the prophetic, where you've been teaching and training in the prophetic longer than I have been doing that. And so it doesn't mean you have to look to people who are, a lot older, but just even if they're a few steps ahead of you, and then just being a pastor, I'm essentially mothering some 80-year-olds.
You are.
And I'm in my late 30s. I keep telling my husband I'm in my mid-30s, but oh gosh. No, but it's a real thing, but I just want to kind of bring that up because age actually doesn't play a role in this, right?
I've talked to several women particularly who have really come alive to this message, and they have recognized that there are people that they're mothering that are much older than them. And that's okay. Like, it really is about identifying those people. And can I just say, it doesn't just have to be women with women. Can I just, like, it can be that we're mothering sons and daughters. Obviously, you want to have like good protocol and boundaries for stuff like that. But I think a lot of times we get locked into just mothering daughters. And I think we model for daughters what they're supposed to become as mothers. But a son needs a mother's voice just as much as he needs a father's voice.
That is so good.